What's going up? What's going on, everybody? Welcome in to another edition of the Big Men on Campus Sports Betting Podcast. I'm your host, the Big Men on Campus. It's Friday, April 5th, 2019. Hope you're having a great day. Hope you're enjoying your Friday wherever you are around here. It's very wet and rainy, cold as well. Temps in the 40s. If it was any colder, we might be seeing some April snow here. Very cold and damp. So we'll look to cook it up with some baseball tonight. Last night, my premium play went down with Wisconsin Green Bay. It's the second time I backed that team as an underdog this year, and they went down after having a big lead. So that one definitely sucked, but still a very good season as far as at least over the last month in the tournament. But we'll look to turn the page today, try to find a few gems on the baseball diamond as we look to get ready for the season. For me, getting going on Monday in the MLB. I've already we have some things we could take a look at, which are interesting. Obviously, the teams that we all thought would be in the lead aren't. Again, it's only 6 games into the season. Some teams with a few more games, but the Cubs, the Red Sox, the Cleveland Indians, the Yankees, all these teams struggling out of the gate. So obviously, look, it's only April 5th. We're very early into the season, but it's nice to see we're starting to see some stats get accumulated here. We'll go through a couple games tonight. I will even give you some good info on this Phillies game tonight, which I got to tell you, I don't know if we'll see this one. I'm imagining there's going to be some sort of delay. It is raining in this area, and it's supposed to rain off and on all night. So we'll see if we get this game in tonight down in South Philadelphia. But it is raining currently. We'll see if they can play through it. Who knows? But let's go through a couple things here. Make sure if you're in here, you say hello. Make sure you hit the like button. Obviously, as baseball kind of comes into the picture, the views and listens are going to go down, obviously, which, listen, here's a piece of advice for anyone that wants to get into this content business. You got to keep doing shows, regardless if the views go down. I remember during basketball season, I was getting 600 people in here live at one point. But again, baseball, you got to kind of build, and you got to, let people know that you're going to be here every day and people will come and listen. So, whether I'm doing a show for one person or 3,000 people, this is how you get better as a content person. Being able to do this. This is how you do it, guys. Building it, starting it, continuing with it. It's how it works. So if you're in here, say hello, retweet the show if you're out there on Twitter. That'd be very helpful for me. We'll get this thing on the road. First things first, I do want to quickly touch on the Craig Carton news today. Obviously, I've never met Craig, but I've worked with cohorts of his. I've worked for years with Gabe Morency and some of the guys up at FNTSY. They worked with Craig directly. Look, I don't have an issue with Craig. I don't know him that well. I do feel bad for his kids. Over the next 3+ years, Craig Carton's going to have to basically be without his kids. And look, they'll be able to see him and stuff, but it's not the same. Look, I thought Craig would get a lot more. I thought he would get 60, 70 months. That was kind of my thoughts with it, just because I generally know how sentencing guidelines work. But they gave him a pretty decent sentence. Craig will do 33 odd months, so just under 3 years. Keep in mind, guys, and when you see things like this go on, you see so many people that just do not understand how anything works. And I really feel bad for a lot of you people if you ever get arrested, because most people are just talk and they really don't know much. Look, if you're out there and you're bored some night, start reading, start understanding how laws work, how sentencing works, how going to prison works. Craig's going to have to do 80% of his sentence. This is a federal case. He's going to be doing 80%, whether you're a violent offender or not. you're doing 80% of your time. That's just how the feds work. They don't give you good behavior. You don't get to leave after a few months because you do good things. The only way you leave is if you cooperate, and Craig ain't going to cooperate. There's nothing to cooperate against. So Craig's going to 80%, and that would be 33.6 months. Craig will probably go somewhere close to New York City, hopefully to some summer camp somewhere. Look, to be honest, for Craig, the time ain't going to be too bad. I have 3 very close friends, like family, that are in the feds. Again, I would never want to go there. You're taking away someone's freedom. You can't go out and listen to music. You can't go to a concert. You can't go eat at your favorite restaurant. You can't go to the bathroom in the confines of your own home. It's not going to be easy. But look, Craig's got to get through some of his demons. To me, I think Craig would have been more suited on the street. Him being in jail is not going to give the money back to the people that are owed money. But these are the rules, and he's got to go do his time. But his time will be better served. He'll learn a lot. He'll get clean. He'll be able to build his future from inside. He's gonna have to start at the bottom. But I think Craig will come out better in all this, and I think that's the kind of thing that he's kind of making a point of here. So yeah, I mean, Craig's gonna have to do what he's got to do, and and do his time. Carton got 42 months. 42 months. So again, he's not going to do 42 months. He'll do, like I said, 33 and a half or so, just under 3 years. And he'll get out in early 2022. Just under that, maybe around Thanksgiving of 2021. So yeah, I mean that's that. It's that simple. You got to feel bad for his kids, though. His kids are in, I believe, their teenage years. That's obviously tough. It doesn't matter what kind of kid you have. Eventually, he's going to need his father, and his kids are going to have their father, which is a shame. And we'll get into some baseball here in just a second. I just wanted to touch on this, but in my own experience with friends that I have, I mean, some of them have kids that are in that early teens. You need a father around, and hopefully the mother and the kids get to see the father. Some they don't, some they do. But again, Craig will probably get a pretty decent lockup here. I would think he'd be fairly close to his family, and hopefully he gets home soon. Rock NYC TV. That pick was terrible yesterday. You gave an NCAA. Wow. Shaking my head. Well, you have to shake your head for nobody in front of your mirror, because we're not going to put up with it. Listen, you want to come in here and have some fun, break balls, fine. Don't be a dickhead. 33 months and then a halfway house. Exactly. That's how it works. He sold his house in Chester, New Jersey. Yeah, I saw that for way less than he paid for it, which that's never good. Settle down, Matt Lawrence. Cut it the fuck out, man. We don't need that. Say it once and that's it. I'm really getting annoyed with you, man, to be real honest. Cut it the fuck out. We're trying to have a conversation. You come in saying the same thing 5 times. Cut it out. We're trying to talk here. You coming in talking about the same thing 15 times. Danto, what's happening? Vertical Pilot, James Wolf, Ganja Gamers, Shad, James, Shadow, everybody, thanks for joining us. Do me a favor, guys, support our sponsor, MyBookie. Today is the best time to get involved with MyBookie. So many great things coming up. I'll tell you right now, there aren't many books that allow you to bet the golf tournaments live. MyBookie allows you to do it. You can bet the Masters coming up next week. We get the NHL playoffs getting going next week. We get the NBA playoffs. They're coming, folks. Kentucky Derby. You got all sorts of big-time sporting events coming up over the next calendar month. Plus, you got plenty of baseball, boxing, tennis, the NFL draft down the road, which, look, you want to bet NFL draft props? MyBookie's got you covered. They have you covered with anything you want. You want to bet at a casino or bet on horses? They got you covered. It's MyBookie. Great customer service, Bitcoin deposits and withdrawals, and you get your money fast. Look, I've used my bookie for a few months now. I spoke with the customer service recently. Terrific people, really helped me get something quick and taken care of. You can bet literally anything at my bookie. You want to bet on esports, college hockey, cycling. You want to bet on WrestleMania? They got you covered at my bookie. You think Randy Orton can beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania? Go bet it at my bookie. All this stuff at your fingertips. Use promo code BMOC when you open your account, and you get yourself a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. So it's easy. You go on my bookie, you get a new account, you put $400 on there, they're going to give you $200 absolutely free to bet with the book. Get your bankroll started early with my bookie. When you open your account, don't forget to use promo code BMOC. Again, BMOC, and get yourself that 50% deposit bonus. Plus, you're supporting the show. You're keeping it free. That's how we do it here. Support my bookie. Promo code BMOC. What else do we have here? A lot of trolls in the chat today. A lot of trolls. Jay Patel blocking that guy. Yep, definitely. Get him out of here. Listen, again, you guys can say one thing. We don't mind that, but the constant trolling of the chats get old. So just be a normal commenter. It's not difficult. Looking forward to your breakdown of the Virginia and MSU game. Well, we already did it, Allison. We did it on the show yesterday. And if you're interested, guys, you missed the show yesterday with Greg Peterson. Make sure you join and check that out. We did a Final Four preview. It is on the channel already. All you have to do is subscribe so you don't ever miss a show. My bookie access from the area has been temporarily limited for security reasons. Well, I would contact customer service, Niles. They could definitely help you out there. Their customer service is very good. All right, guys, couple baseball games here. First things first, I mentioned the Phillies. Look, I'll obviously give you a pick for this game and talk a little bit about it. I get a feeling we're going to have some kind of delay in this game. It's raining pretty hard here. It's going to be raining down there. I'm not far, and the rain is going that way. So, again, just keep in mind there could be some sort of delay in this game or some kind of cancellation. 4-1 both these teams, and you look at the Twins getting a nice price here against the Phillies. Phillies not overvalued. They're playing well. Obviously, the Phillies playing great. The lineup's been terrific. But Nick Pavetta's pitching tonight. I'm not going out of my way to bet on Nick Pavetta. The only reason Nick Pavetta won the other night was because they scored 8 runs for him. He didn't pitch particularly well. 8 hits on 4 runs in that 4 2/3 on Saturday. Obviously he didn't have his legs under him, he said, but you would think tonight he'd have a little bit better action. This Twins lineup's not been great. Really only one person hitting above 300 in this lineup right now, and that's C.J. Cron. This lineup's not particularly strong tonight for this Twins team. It's definitely been held down. You also look at the fact that Jake Odorizzi's he was terrific against the Indians the other night. 11 strikeouts, which is a career high for him against that Indians lineup. There's going to be a much tougher lineup tonight to deal with. Add into the fact that this lineup just isn't hitting right now. You can kind of see why the price is where it is on the Phillies. And, to be really honest with you, I'm not running into the window to bet this game. I don't love the Twins. I know they're playing well, but, Pavetta, I think, will bounce back with a better start here. I do like this lineup, and this is a tough lineup to face right now, the way they're hitting. So for me, this one is going to be a pass. I'm not running to bet 160. I don't really bet anything above 140. But even that's high for me. I generally try to turn it into a dog, and I'm only going to get 8 at bats here. So for me, I'm going to kind of stay away from this one. Plus, I got to tell you, I think we're going to see some delay in this game. We got a game that, in what I think, I was surprised to see a total at 8.5, which is that Boston-Arizona game. Why is this total going down to 8.5? That's kind of odd, right? You have two of the worst rotations and pitching staffs in baseball right now. Both these teams, guys, 28 and 29th in team ERA. Both these groups are giving up almost 2.5 home runs a game. Both these rotations and staffs really struggling. And you have two offenses that are starting to kind of see themselves. Arizona's had a real nice start to the season. David Peralta and Adam Jones have been raking. We started to see Boston maybe come out of their lineup doldrums a little bit over the last 2 games against Oakland. Just the one concern as to why this numbers went down to 8.5. Maybe these two starters bounce back with solid performances, but right now, these two teams are definitely fades from a pitching standpoint. Zach Godley was horrendous against the Dodgers in his first start, and Rick Porcello wasn't much better against Seattle. The move doesn't make a ton of sense to me. That's just my only concern here. I figured this number would be at 9, and it would either, maybe just hang around 9. But we're seeing a move down, which is definitely weird. Definitely want to see what kind of again, no sharp money on this game, which is interesting. I just don't think people are really betting it, which is interesting. So yeah, kind of like that one. That's kind of one that I have my eye on. Thanks, Leroy. Thanks for watching. Is my bookie new? Not particularly. It's pretty much been around for a little bit of time. But yeah, do me a favor, guys. If you're on Twitter, go ahead and retweet the show. Get the numbers up. Obviously, the numbers are going to go down. Everyone's numbers go down once college basketball ends, NFL ends, all that kind of stuff. There's just not a ton of interest, at least early in baseball. And that's just kind of the truth of the matter. I'll do one more out there. I like the Cubs, first 5. I'm going to go back to the well with the Cubs. And again, if you're a baseball bettor, you got to kind of be willing to go back to the well. I'm not going full game, but I'm going first 5 here with the Cubs, laying the half a run at plus 120. I like the Quintana matchup. He's had good numbers in his career at Miller Park. Tremendous numbers, really. A sub-2 ERA in this park. So, I think I trust him. I'm not a big Brandon Woodruff guy. I get to avoid the pen. And for the Cubs, it's really not been any issue with runs. I mean, they've been scoring runs. It's really just been the fact that their bullpens has been horrendous. I'm confident that I get something out of Quintana tonight, and this lineup can get me a run or 2 for sure, and I can cash a first 5 here -1/2. So for me, I'm going to go with the Cubs, first 5 -1/2 at plus 120. If you have any questions, feel free to send them in, whether they're NBA draft or NFL draft or whatever. We have an answer for you. NBA tonight, I kind of have some interest in the Kings plus 10 against the Jazz. Jazz really have no room to really move up. Kings, their fate has really been decided already. I just think to make 10 points is just pretty much too many. The Kings aren't kind of one of these whipping boys. They're not the Lakers or the Phoenix Suns or someone like that. This is a decent basketball team that can score the basketball. Obviously, De'Aaron Fox has been terrific. I like Willie Cauley-Stein and Marvin Bagley. I think 10 points is just too many. Sharps on Kings. I like the Kings here. They would be a play I would make in the NBA tonight. Other than that, there's just not a ton going on. Final 4, I'm kind of locked in to what I have. So I'm pretty happy with where I'm at with those plays, and that's it. We are kind of in that season between early baseball and the end of basketball where there's not a ton going on. Next week I'm going to have some Masters previews with one of my golf guys, really good golf guy. He gave me some really good golf acumen over the years, so I'm going to bring him on. We're going to talk a little Masters. We'll have some matchup stuff and some futures and to make the cut, not make the cut. So yeah, we'll definitely have some fun with Masters next week. Alex Wander saying the Marlins tonight. Yeah, I mean, good luck, man. I don't I don't have any ill will against the Marlins. I'm just not really interested in backing them. Their lineup's bad. I tried taking them as a dog the other night, kind of right when the season started, and having much success with them. Not saying I wouldn't go back to them, but Atlanta's kind of hurt me the last couple of nights. I haven't had really a good feel for Atlanta, but I wish you luck with that one. I don't have anything else in the NBA other than what I gave out. Cubs bullpen's coming into this one overworked and struggling. I'm just going to grab the first five. I'm kind of going to want to avoid the bullpen. And if I see the bullpen early, it's unlikely that I'd cash anyway. So. Do me a favor, hit the like button. And that's pretty much going to be it. So we'll stay on for about 10 more minutes here, however long we feel like it here. If you have any other final questions, you can send those in. It sucks not being able to cap college basketball, doesn't it? We had so many games, we had so many things to talk about, and now it's just kind of just early baseball with limited stats and info, and we're trying to grind out some content here. So again, supporting the show is important. I wouldn't steer you wrong. When I was looking for kind of books to deal with as far as, kind of some promotion, I looked into a book that I felt was good for people. It's easy to use. And, if you're looking for a book, definitely check out My Bookie. What else do we have here today? By the way, in that Carton case, we had the judge basically, when she introduced herself, she said, first time, long time, which is a pretty savage move to make. Usually, the judges are fairly professional, but we're starting to see judges be more and more personable, which is, kind of something that's not necessarily new. We're starting to see more and more judge content where, judges are more and more, personable. There's a guy in Rhode Island, I believe in Providence. It's become a pretty big hit on YouTube and stuff for the way he handles his courtroom. And we have to remember, again, judges are not, robots. They're people. But to say first time, long time, that was definitely an interesting. It was definitely an interesting way to approach the call. I feel like she did show a little bias towards Craig. I mean, she made comments that she listened to him. She was a fan of his. And again, I thought the sentence was quite light for all that he's done. But definitely an interesting way to start the conversation. It was funny. There were actually people out there that thought Craig Carton would get off, which is extremely unlikely as far as an easy sentence. When is your father coming on the show? I don't know if he will. We're still kind of up in the air about that. Matt Sims is sharing my play. Look, I don't really care. But people pretty much know what I'm on. I'm probably going to only be giving out one more play after this. It's going to be pretty nice because once basketball's over, these fucking trolls that give my plays out that steal my creative thought are not going to be able to do what they do anymore because I'm going to be able to weed out the fuckhead that has my plays. I know who's giving them out. It's a guy that is just a scumbag piece of shit, and that's okay. I'm not going to be dealing with him much longer, so it's okay. I mean, everyone pretty much knows I'm on Virginia anyway, Matt. So, it's really not any surprise that you tweeted that out. But again, you are doing something illegal. You're stealing all of my, basically all my work, which is fine. I mean, you're gonna have to face who you have to face someday. I don't care much about trolls anymore, as has been noted. I just get ready and move on. Big man, get someone on to do the NHL playoffs. Probably will. Definitely probably will. Why was the judge all upset about the promotion of gambling? I have no idea. No idea. I thought that was I thought that was really weird how she handled that situation. I mean, sports betting is legal. It's just that simple. And it shouldn't matter what WFAN does because she doesn't work for WFAN or he doesn't either. So I'm at Sugar House now, and somebody hit the lovely lady on the blackjack table. 25K. That's great. That's a nice little piece of cash on a Friday night. Nice little start to the weekend there. What do you want me to do, Alex? What do you want me to do about it, Alex? There's nothing I care about. I don't care. I really don't anymore. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. Anytime Will Selachek wants to come knock on my door, he's welcome to. And he could say all that stuff to my face. I have nothing else to say about it. There's nothing I can do about it, unfortunately. I unfortunately can't do anything about someone that calls me a fat fuck in Alabama. There's nothing I can do about that. You should worry about yourself and everyone will be okay. There's nothing I can do about it. I just, you know, I move on with my life. Luckily, you have a job where no one can steal your info, but I unfortunately am in something that doesn't. But it's cool because I'm taking I'm kind of taking some steps to kind of curb it. You know, so it's okay. It's all right. I believe me, I'm not being bothered much by losing two or three people that might buy that don't buy. I don't care that much about it. I just want to help people make some money betting on sports and give people content. That's all I care about. And again, if I can, make a little money through it, that's fine. But it also to me is satisfying in a way because people care about me so much that they try to kind of just hurt my character and try to hurt me, which that's fine. I have tough skin. I can handle it. So it's okay. But all right, guys, we'll wrap it up. No need to stay on here anymore. We've kind of gotten through everything, and we'll keep it moving. So that's that. You all have a great night. Thanks for joining me. Unfortunately, the chat was a little bogged down today, which sooner or later we're just gonna get rid of the chat. It's that simple. We might have to do that. So we welcome all the trolls in here. They just keep adding to the numbers. So yeah, but yeah, Alex. It's funny you didn't tell me how what I should do about it. It's funny you just throw that out, but then you don't really say much on how we can change it. You just kind of say it and that's it. So whenever you want to let us know, let us know. Okay. But yeah, so tonight I'll take a shot with the Cubs on the first five minus a half, plus 120. That'll be a little free play for you. And that's that. Everyone have a great night. See you next time.